team, it's your boy Neal, back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with cooked Aussie news headlines featuring Egg Boy. We are back with our girl Brianne Worth. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got, Brianne?
Yeah, alright, no, that's enough. Welcome back to here. I haven't been uploading as frequently. I've been a little bit sick, so just some housekeeping. I have been meeting a lot of you recently in my everyday life. About 90% of those encounters happen at Five Dogs in the Valley at like 1 AM, so it's a nice little representation of who watches my videos. And I also ran into one of you as I was leaving the hairdressers, and I was very awkward, so sorry about that. So a lot has been happening on our big island. Egg Boy, namely. We'll talk about Egg Boy. I don't remember the last time I did one of these videos, but if you're a veteran of this channel, you'll remember that I used to have a bit of a habit of finding the most cooked Australian news headlines and reading them out in a video, and that's what we're here for today, kids. Full disclosure, I've taken a lot of cold and flu medication. Make of that what you will.
I love her personality, man.
You're kidding. So I asked you guys, I think maybe on Instagram, go follow me if you don't, at Brianne Worth, to send me the most cooked news headlines you can find, because I don't like doing my own work, and there are some doozies, but one in particular is about, it seems, my friend Fiona. Meet the Aussie hero who patiently waited for Woolies wedges to be discounted. If you think I've stood in this supermarket for like 15 minutes now doing nothing because I'm convinced the wedges will be reduced soon, you're 100% correct. It has 3:15 as a timestamp and now it's 6:25. Surely they don't leave things longer than 3 hours. That's gross. I mean, it's not gross enough for me to not eat it, but gross enough for it to be reduced in the hopes of selling it to normal people. Agreed. There's not that many shapes that wedges can be in that I'm not going to eat it still. I've faked two phone calls to my seemingly awful housemate. What the fuck, Fiona? But did it work, bro? And it did. It was $3, is now $1.50, and that's what I call a bargain. This is not what I was expecting to read, but I am glad that I did. I didn't recognize the number, so I did.
So she just waited in there. She said, I'm just gonna wait until they reduce these wedges, because they are gonna reduce these wedges, and when they do, I will have some.
Didn't take it. Newly re-elected Prime Minister of New Zealand on why he missed a congratulatory call from President Obama. This has a lot of me energy because I will avoid phone calls no matter where they're from, unless it's mum, because she will ring 3 times and think that I'm dead if I don't answer. So, also on the note of New Zealand, I did make a tweet summarising this. I think we should all be taking notes on how New Zealand has dealt with everything that happened in Christchurch. There is no way in the world that Australia would react that perfectly. There's certainly no way America would. I don't believe England would. I don't think any other country in the world would respond as well as New Zealand has. They've amended gun laws already. People are voluntarily giving up their firearms. New Zealand is paying for the victims' funeral expenses. They're doing everything they can to make sure relatives can get visas to attend the funerals. There's just like school kids and adults doing the haka everywhere in solidarity. Like, it's just nice. It's just such an anomaly. You're used to seeing shootings and having nothing be done, people saying thoughts and prayers and forgetting about it. So to see a country, especially like our
there's 100% no way America react. We don't even have a reaction, bro. It's sad almost to the point where like we're numb to shootings, like even school shootings with kids. Like you become numb because it happens so many times, yet every time nothing is done. You get your condolences, people feel bad, people make their social media posts, but nothing happens. Like it's sad, but shout out to New Zealand for reacting to their shooting like that. And that's what should happen when something that tragic happens. The phone thing also, that is 100% me. If I do not recognize the number, I will not pick up the phone. So if I don't recognize the number and you need me, then leave a voicemail.
Rows across the ditch responding so well is really nice. So jot that down, the rest of the world. Frog struck down by lightning and a few humans were nearly hit too. And it's obviously the Northern Territory as usual. Man fights off shark, stitches up own leg, goes to the pub. And where did this happen?
What?
New Zealand. It's just really cool, guys. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Northern Territory news, why I stuck a cracker up my clacker. We're not doing that. I stuck 9 cream eggs up my bum.
No,
we're not
stop
doing
it.
Either. We're not even touching.
It said 9 cream eggs up his bum, bro. 9! Like, like 9! Like, you got to 8 and said, I think I got room for one more.
That one. Florida woman shoots her boyfriend for snoring too loudly. I'd also shoot someone for snoring too loudly. I can't stand snoring. Shoot. It is the purest form of torture because the person doing it has no idea. They're asleep. But everyone around them is suffering, and I have definitely thought long and hard about suffocating snorers with a pillow on various occasions. Woman comes home to find pole dancing koala. It just sounds like good luck to me. Pole dancing koala. Oh, it's in Brisbane, so it's a local pole dancing koala. Love that. Koalas have been caught pole dancing in Brisbane, so this is a ongoing
Oh, wow.
thing. Oh, and there's a video.
Let me see the video.
No offense, sweetie, but you don't really look like you know what you're doing. Oh, he's doing such a good job. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Who really went for it? God, koalas are so cute. There's another one with the Queensland police. Weirdly, that wasn't the only aminal. That's where we're at, aminal. Stewart police were treated to a pole dancing display by Fernando, the koala. Fernando was very stubborn and reluctant to move on. Fernando looks like he is having a good time. I hope that Fernando was tipped well. Do we tip pole dancers here? Do we tip anyone? I don't know. Stepdad killed 6-month-old after mistaking him for a spider. Both understandable and also very, you know.
Nah, it ain't no way. Kill it. What? How do you mistake a 6-month-old for a spider?
Sounds like a really bad excuse for murdering a baby. Also, that was in New Zealand, so that's 1 point deducted, guys. You were doing so well. Ooh, cock found in kid's sand pit. That is precisely the exact place you don't want a crocodile. And of course, again, Northern Territory. London Middleton replied and said, why are all of these submissions Northern Territory news? I don't know. Actually, I do know. Have you ever been to the Northern Territory? Because 5 minutes in that place will answer your question. I ran naked into a cactus. Honestly, wouldn't put this past half of my friends. Tiny Coffin, bagpipes and poetry to farewell Thomas the bisexual goose. Is this about an actual goose or just a particularly witless person? A phone shielded this man from an alleged bow and arrow attack. And of course, this has happened in Nimbin, of all places. What? The man is in charge after he allegedly fired a bow and arrow at another man in Nimbin. That doesn't look alleged at all. It's definitely all in all, that's pretty good luck, to be honest.
Yes.
A flight was forced to turn around because a woman forgot her baby at the airport. Is this me as a mother? Because this is probably something I would do. The pilot was heard saying on the traffic controller's radio, can we come back or what? Pretty asking. This flight is requesting a comeback. A passenger forgot her baby in the waiting area. Pretty bad place for a baby, almost as bad as having a croc in the sandpit. Interested to know what kind of mindset you need to be in to forget an entire human that you created. Because babies tend to be like pretty high on the list of important things to not leave at an airport. Paraglider makes
like you got on the plane, you sat in your seat, you let the plane take off, and until the flight was in the air, that's when in your head you realized that your baby, the person that you created, was not with you. That had to be on something. Had to be on something.
Perfect landing, greeted by less than celebratory kangaroo.
I need to see the video.
Oh no, and here they come. Here they come. Oh lordy, come. This little bit. You know what? I have to commend those kangaroos, because if I saw some giant floating object coming down to the ground, my first reaction wouldn't be to go over and start kicking it. So A for bravery, but a solid F for risk analysis. Also love that at the beginning he said, what's up, Skip? Like it's just an old bro coming to say hey. And now we've arrived at our Lord and Saviour, Egg Boy. If you haven't seen or heard about Egg Boy, I'm going to assume that you don't have an internet connection other than to watch this video.
I've never seen or heard of Egg Boy. Why would he do that?
Alright, Basically, one of our more terrible senators, Fraser Anning, decided it would be like really cool to release this statement in response to what happened in Christchurch, more or less blaming Muslims for the fact that a mosque got shot up, which is obviously ridiculous.
Wow.
As always, left-wing politicians and the media will rush to claim that the causes of today's shootings lie with gun laws or those who hold nationalist views, but this is all cliched nonsense. The real cause of bloodshed on New Zealand streets today is the immigration program which allowed Muslim fanatics to migrate to New Zealand in the first place. Let us be clear, while Muslims may have been the victims today, usually they are the perpetrators. Worldwide, Muslims are killing people in the name of their faith on an industrial scale. There's a lot to unpack in this whole statement. All of it is opinion-based, everyone's entitled to opinions, even if they are terrible. But the blatant lie in saying that Muslims are usually the perpetrators, when in reality, terrorists are usually white men. I don't agree with a single thing he's said in...
Yeah, that's crazy for him to say something like that. He deserved that egg, but I don't know if the egg boy thought that nothing was gonna happen, or cause old dude turned around and just smacked him so quickly, like it was a at first it was like, did I just get smacked with an egg? Then he turned around, smacked him. They ready to get into a fight, and then the egg boy getting tackled to the ground. I don't know if he didn't think that was gonna happen. I would have threw the egg from a distance. Would have been my reaction, but that's crazy. For him to say something like that, he did deserve that egg.
Perpetrators, when in reality, terrorists are usually white men. I don't agree with a single thing he's said in this statement, but what bothers me the most is the fact that he's just lying. Like, that's just completely fabricated. A lot of other people felt this way too. Egg Boy also felt this way, which is why he egged this dude. And the fact that he is a senator for Queensland, which is the state that I live in, is disappointing, not surprising, but disappointing. By all means, hold opinions, hold any opinion that you want, but try and base them on fact and not something you've made up in your head. And I also think that higher standards should be held for fucking senators, personally. But this statement obviously bothered a lot of people because A, it's just in bad taste, if nothing else, but B, completely factually inaccurate. But a lot of people recognised that and got angry about it, and one of those people was Egg Boy. A lot of you have asked me to talk about Egg Boy, and I obviously have some thoughts. Oh, fuck. I opened it and the video started playing, and that scared me, apparently. Now look, as I've made clear, I don't like Fraser Anning, I don't like what he stands for, and I don't like the fact that he's a senator who thinks he can just make shit up. I want to make it abundantly clear that I am completely okay with the fact that he got egged. Do I think it's a good thing that Australia's taken up throwing Vegemite sandwiches or eggs at politicians? Not necessarily. I don't think it should be our go-to. Is it better than assassination? Definitely, but also eggs, not great. But that's a conversation for another day, and I don't really sit too far on either side on the topic of egging politicians. What I find absolutely fucking pathetic is the fact that a grown man and a senator representing a state laid into a 17-year-old boy for egging him. Now, I don't know if you've ever gotten hit in the head by something.
I ain't gonna lie. I understand what she's saying and where she's coming from, but had that egg, as a 17-year-old boy smacked me in the head with an egg, I probably would have smacked him too, bro. Like, cause I feel like, because growing up, I grew up with, like, I met my second family in middle school, and they're like my little, and they have like, there's 3 little boys that are younger than me, and I used to always be over there, and they just come up to me and like punch the mess out of you, or just push the mess out of your arm, like they're playing around, or they smack you or something, and like that, like, at the point, I'm probably like 16, 17, and they're probably like 9, 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand they're kids, but when you get frogged in the arm, that frustration, that anger built, you want to hit them back. And their mom would like always come to protect them, which of course she should. She would always be like, "They're just kids, you can't hit them." But it's like, bro, like, do they just get to walk around hitting people freely with no consequences? And so that's kind of this situation. I understand where Brianne's coming from, but does this 17-year-old boy just get to go around egging politicians with no consequences? You feel me? But keep it going.
Especially from behind, it obviously scares you. You can see he turns around and the first hit is more or less a reaction, which I think most people can agree is fairly reasonable.
Okay,
Is it still pathetic that a grown man and senator hit a 17-year-old for egging him? Yeah. But every hit after that, he had time to think about, and you can see that he's thought about it at least for a second. And he's done it anyway, which is completely gutless, in my opinion, for one, but also just not the way that a senator should behave. That's not even getting into all of his bogan goons dogpiling a 17-year-old. He's half the size of one of them. He wasn't resisting. He wasn't, like, putting up a struggle. It would have taken one or two men, absolute maximum, to hold this kid, who clearly wasn't putting up a fight anyway. But all of these grown men decided to just dogpile a kid for egging someone. It's pathetic. Anyway, I think it would be a disservice to Egg Boy and the world to not review some Egg Boy memes. There also was a GoFundMe, and Egg Boy, who has a name, I think.
Oh, wow.
So if he wasn't a legend enough already, Will has donated all of his crowdfunding money to the victims of the Christchurch incident.
Wow.
Just seems like a top bloke.
Shout out Will, bro. Shout out Will. You're dope for that.
I can't fault him. Egg Boy memes. Favorite part of the day. The best Egg Boy meme. There was a mural painted in Hosier Lane in Melbourne for Egg Boy. There's also one in Sydney. Like, this one was bound to happen. Who would win, some racist or one eggy boy? Obviously the eggy boy. Oh, I was waiting for this one. More spin on a classic meme format. Sometimes when I put my hair behind my ear, I feel like an elf. Comment below if you agree. Oh, fuck. Fucking hell. Oh, this is perfect. This is the type of content I signed up for. Egg Boy helps a mate move house, no dramas. Oh, God, he would. How good do you reckon Egg Boy's Tinder profile is right now? Shut your face, go to a hairdresser and sort your fucking roots out. Alright, I am hungry. How many times have I ended a video because I'm hungry? So, if you haven't subscribed, do that, because I give shoutouts every single video to random people who subscribe and put the bell on. I also give shoutouts to people who follow me on Instagram at Brianne Worth and comment on my photos. Instagram shoutouts are coming from this photo, and they go to... Who do they go to? Great question.
I would go ahead and end it. That was a great video. Shout out Will, man. For him to take all that crowdfunding money and give it to the victims of that shooting is, I think that's absolutely amazing of him. He seems like an incredible kid. Sorry that he got jumped, but I feel like you go in and egging a senator, then I feel like you should know that there's consequences that come with that. And I'm not saying that what they did is right. I don't agree with that. I'm saying, but you probably knew going in something was gonna happen. But that's all we got. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon and drop it in the comment section. It's your boy Neal. Out.